Tommy Goes to Mars, Part 2, written by Francis. Tommy and his friends had traveled to Mars.
Tommy and his friends had traveled to Mars.
RK-5 had taken them to the future when
RK-5 had taken them to the future.
Humans were living on the red planet. The children had met a young Martian called Krolik. Tommy promised to help the Martians, who were getting sick with diseases brought by humans from Earth. To get closer to where the Earthlings lived, Krolik led Tommy and his friends through a dark tunnel. It went deeper and deeper underground. After a while, the tunnel opened up into a huge cavern. There were many caves in the walls. Steps led up to each cave. I live up there on the third level, said Krolik. Come to my home and rest a while. We have a long walk ahead of us. The children followed Krolik up the steep steps. When they entered his home, they were surprised to see how comfortable it was. It's nice and warm in here, said Sam. We have channeled the heat from a volcano to keep our homes warm, said Krolik. We also have hot water from deep underground, explained Krolik, as he pointed out a large hot tub built into the rocks. Krolik filled small sack-like containers with an orange liquid that bubbled up from a small hole in the ground. Please have a drink. It will energize you for our journey, said the little Martian. Wow, this tastes great, said Andy with a big smile. And it makes me feel good too, said Lucy.
It makes me feel good too, said Lucy.
This is Lulibub, explained Krolik. It is similar to human food, but it is 10 times more nutritious. It will give you energy for the trip. Don't drink too much now. You will need the energy later if we run into Mortkin, added Krolik. Mortkin? Who is Mortkin? Asked Kim. Mortkin is a nasty, evil creature that arrived on Mars many years ago, said Krolik. Mortkin wanders around the underground tunnels looking for things to eat. He will eat anything that moves, said Krolik. You will not be strong enough to fight Mortkin. You will have to run away from him. He is slow and clumsy, explained Krolik. Now, you must sleep before we begin our journey to where the Earthlings live, said Krolik. I won't be able to sleep. I'll have nightmares about Mortkin, said Sam. The children did sleep well. Having a belly full of Lulibub helped them have a restful nap. When they awoke, they saw that Krolik had prepared a small pack for each of them. Each pack contained 2 sacks of Lulibub, a flat flashlight and a thin rope. Krolik gave Tommy the communication headset to wear. Then the children followed Krolik out of his home and into a big tunnel. The tunnel was well lit. There were lights along the ground, as in a movie theater. After walking about 20 minutes, Tommy was thinking that it was an easy hike. He quickly changed his mind when the tunnel narrowed and became pitch black. There were no more lights. Time to switch on your flashlights, advised Krolik. We still have a long way to go. They now walked very slowly. The ground was very bumpy, and it was getting colder. We all should now drink 1 bag of nutritious lullabub, said Krolik. They stopped and immediately felt their energy return after drinking the lullabub. They were just about to get started again when Kim said, "What's that horrible smell?" "Oh no!" cried Krolik. "It's Mortkin. He is coming down the tunnel." The smell grew stronger, and the ground began to shake. They all shone their flashlights and saw a huge, monstrous creature filling the tunnel ahead of them. Krolik ran very fast. He ran right between the monster's legs. The others followed. Mortkin saw what was happening and bent down to stop them. But he wasn't fast enough. Tommy was the last to run. Just as he was about to go through the monster's legs, Mortkin grabbed him with his huge hand. Tommy struggled, but it was no use. "Help! What can I do?" yelled Tommy. "Don't worry," said a little voice. "Mortkin is allergic from the planet Balala. The lurgies are not violent, just misunderstood because they look so horrible," added RK5. "I'll speak to him in Lurgish. I'll ask him what we can do for him," said RK5. Tommy felt the monster's grip slacken as RK5 spoke to him in Lurgish. "He wants to go back home to Balala. I told him you will be able to help him," explained RK5. The others looked on in horror. They saw Mortkin sit on the ground. He still had Tommy in his hand. Tommy asked RK5 to tell Mortkin that he had a plan, but would need Mortkin's help. He said that they needed to get to the Earth settlement as soon as possible. Mortkin slowly got back to his feet. He made long strides down the dark tunnel. He gently carried Tommy. As Tommy passed his friends, he called out, "Don't worry, he's not dangerous, just misunderstood. I'll be back soon." Even though Mortkin moved slowly, his strides were very long. Tommy soon saw the light at the end of the tunnel. They stopped at the exit. they saw the many bubble-like houses of the Earthlings.
and the Earthlings.
Tommy asked RK5 to tell Mortkin to go down to the bubble houses and knock holes into as many as he could. Mortkin smiled as he went to carry out the instructions. Tommy turned on the communications headset and began to think his message to the humans. Tommy's thinking was transferred to the Earthlings' communications center. This was Tommy's message. We are the Lurgies from Balala. We do not want you here. We will destroy you if you do not leave. We will allow you to leave safely if you provide one spacecraft for our leader, Mortkin. Tommy's thoughts had been automatically transferred to the Earthling leader. Tommy was then able to hear the leader's thoughts. We'll leave tomorrow. It's no good here anyway. It's too cold and windy. There is nothing here for us. We'll let the Lurgi leader have the small blue spacecraft. I'll be glad to leave this planet.
I'll be glad to leave this planet
and go back home. Mortkin returned to Tommy. They set off down the tunnel to meet up with the others. Tommy's friends were happy to see that he was safe. He explained to everybody that the Earthlings would leave the next day. He said that Mortkin would go back to Balala in a blue spacecraft. It's now time for us to go, said Tommy. RK5, take us home. Goodbye, Krolik. Goodbye.